Hello and welcome to my channel. You may have seen the fun trend of the letterboard tray cake style floating around the internet lately, and I thought it'd be fun to make a fun, bright, summery themed one. The first thing I did was decide on a phrase that would fit, and also to cut my letters out of font. Thought the phrase "cloudy with a chance of sprinkles" would be fun and fitting. I'm using my homemade marshmallow fondant recipe, which you can find both on my website and on my channel here if you'd like. Made these the day before I added them to the cake so they could have some time to dry and harden overnight. You could certainly make these same. I just find them a little easier to handle and position once they're hardened. Either way will definitely work though. These cutters are the 1-inch fondant alphabet cutter set from my shop. It's really nice because it has uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and numbers, so it's nice to. I'll add the link to these in my description here. Next, I dusted them with some edible Lacotique. This color is called Skyline. It's a beautiful glitter. This glitter is fully edible, so it's safe to Next, I rolled out some white fondant and cut out some clouds. This cutter set is from my shop as well. And then for the clouds, I used an opal colored Luxe glitter dust, which is also edible. It was a very easy and quick cake to frost. There's no stacking or assembling or crumb coating needed. A single layer tray cake, so it bakes in its own disposable tray, is decorated in its tray, and then is served or packaged in its tray. It's a single layer 8-inch cake. I'll be uploading my cake recipes to my website soon, so this would be a half batch of. Use my large offset spatula just to spread buttercream all over the top. Relatively thick layer because I'll be using this texture comb to give it some texture. The rustic scallop comb by Esther Cakes. You could certainly just leave the top smooth and not use a texture comb, but I wanted to have some lines. Then the cake went into the fridge. Next, I filled a single piping bag fitted with a 1M tip with. The main color was this deep royal blue, and I also added a little bit of this neon aqua blue. If you've seen my videos before, you know that when I typically pipe with multiple colors that are very different from one another, such as a full rainbow, separate the colors into their own plastic wrap before putting them into the piping bag. But since these colors are all from the same color hue family, and I wanted them to blend a bit together, I put them on. Pipe a spiral border, squeeze to anchor the butter, and slowly pipe one long coil as you turn your, making sure that each new spiral lays right on top of the last one. If you need to pause to adjust your grip or refill your bag, pull the buttercream in toward the center and gradually pull away. And then after you've fixed your bag, you can pipe right on top of your bag, making sure you cover up the edge where the yellow buttercream and the pan meet, so it creates a seam in the pan. Their inspiration for the theme and colors of this cake came from Skies by Sweets and Treats Boutique. It's a really beautiful mix of blues and whites, but also little pops of rainbow colors. And it has candy suns and clouds and sugar rods, and it's really cute. I just sprinkled this all over my blue border while the buttercream was, and added some of the larger sprinkles. Also added a little dusting of that blue edible glitter we used earlier around the more sparkle. And the last part is to spell out our phrase with the fondant letters and add the fondant. I used the lines from the texture comb on the buttercream to line up my letters with one another, and I spent a little time also using a palette knife, just kind of scooting them around and making sure they were lined up. After I finished adding the full phrase, I did realize I added them a little bit high. I wanted them to be a little more centered, so I scooted everything down a bit. I'm just laying these fondant pieces right onto the cold buttercream, and they stick very well without needing cream, and they stick. Then I just added the fondant clouds into the border in a few places, and then I did add a few pieces. And we're finished with the decorating. This cake was a lot of fun. It was a very, very quick rate. Let me know what you think about this style and if you have any other ideas for phrasing.